Hello YouTube and welcome back to the nation of free to play. I'm Mr. Mondstadt and today, as you can see, it is time for a new Stygian Onslaught, and boy, this one enemy really cost the last nerve of me, but we'll get to that later. In this video I'm gonna share with you my clears of the Fearless level on my F2P account with C0R0 characters only, and well, the enemy at stake is the Glacial Wolf. And we also have the Tulpa, which was overall pretty doable, and lastly the new boss, the Open-Eyed. Basically needed FAQ elements and 2 different ones, and then it should be pretty good. So this is not a guide, again, as a disclaimer, this is just my clear while I'm yapping about it. So here we go with Glacial Wolf. I decided to play Mualani because my Mavuika DPS just wasn't there. Anyway, so first up, Mavuika E and then some charge attacks, normal attacks and skills on Sucrose to break the shield, and then a quick rotation, this is not a full rotation, just to get 1 extra rotation in while the wolf is down. So 3 shark bites, and now Mona E for the new celestial gift set, then 1 burst on Mavuika E, then Mona burst for normal attacks, those were 3 anyway, swirl, and then go for the shark bites and hope for the good Widsith buff, which was another reason why this one was so annoying. I think I reset this one for like 5 hours in total or so. And first I had Mona on Prototype Amber, wasn't enough ER, then I changed to Instructor with Favonius, didn't work either, and then I decided to force craft some pieces to give her the Celestial Gift set, the new Hexerai Artifact set, and put it on Favonius, and now with 300 ER it finally worked. This is the second time we have to get down, and again quick rotation here. This is not a full setup, just to get 1 extra in. And now again Mona skill, Mavuika Q, E, Mona burst, normal attacks, swirl, and then Mualani. We got the second Widsith buff, which is for my build the best one, so let's make sure we get the burst in this one, and this looks already pretty good, so we have time for 1 more rotation because of the 2 quickened rotation we did earlier. So 1 more burst, 1 more swell, make sure there's no Hydra on the enemy, and then 1 more shark bite, and that was enough. So yeah, this one took me super long. I was screaming and shouting like a madman, so yeah, I hope you appreciate me trying to clear with my C0R0 Mualani. Anyway, next boss is the new boss, the Open-Eyed, from the recent map expansion last patch. And again, I just used my strongest team, but I needed 2 spoilable elements. So here we infuse it with Hydro, with some normal attacks on Columbina. Then I used Inefa. Now he's doing the second infusion phase. Now we want Electro infusions for the other one. And it's just important that you have 2 different elements being infused. And now he summons these 2 pillars. And now you just want to destroy these pillars, and once you do, he takes big damage every time. As you can see here, big chunk of damage gone, and now you can just do your normal rotations and deal as much damage as possible. Which I'm doing here, burst on Columbina, burst on Inefa, and then just my DPS Zibai. And then he's gonna do the whole infusion process once again in the second part of the fight. So you want to make sure that you also are prepared for that and then have the right elements available at the right time. But to be honest, if you have enough DPS power and 2 swallowable elements, this one is not as crazy as I thought. In fact, this was my first attempt and it just worked. So yeah, after the wolf, I was very pleasantly surprised that this one is not as bad as I imagined it to be. But again, a lot of DPS power is required, but I think since I had some time to spare in the end, you don't necessarily need to buy other strong Luna DPSs, should also work, and if not, you have options with Pyro, Hydro, Pyro, Cryo. Anyway, this was my clear, and then last but not least we have the Hydro Tulpa, who is giving a comeback after the debut in the very first Stygian Onslaught, and since the HP is basically the same as back then, well, you can see the difference of the power creep since the release of Stygian. Back in the day, I cleared with Hyper Bloom, but Lauma wasn't out yet, and I really tried super hard. Now Lauma's out, and well, you see for yourself. Sitlali is just here for more comfort, so having a shield and then also getting rid of the tulpas, the mini tulpas, more conveniently. That was the idea behind this. I think she's in Cinder City. That doesn't really do anything. She should be on Tenacity or something else, but whatever. So now it's getting its shield, I think. Yes, so now you have to deal as much damage as possible to just break the shield in time to not get one shot. So I just bursted on Raiden and hope for the best. And I think yes, it was enough. And once again, you have to get rid of the mini tulpas. You can also just mark them with Nahida and wait for the bloom to do its thing. But if you want a more easy time, you can also bring Cryo, as you don't need Hydro against this boss for Hyper Bloom, obviously. So that's what I did. And then it's just spamming normal attacks, bursts, skills, whatever is off cooldown, and then just finishing off this Tulpa. You can really tell that the HP requirement that was really hard, the Stygian came out like over a year ago, I think, is not really up to date anymore because of the power creep and how strong the Luna characters made the old characters, and that was my clear. 99 seconds, lots of time left, and now there are my builds. First up, the Mualani team on Vitsith, R5, Obsidian Codex, pretty good build overall, top 1% on Akasha, C0 double crowned. Then we have Mabuika on Tidal Shadow, R5, Cinder City. Stats are not really good, but doesn't matter, it's just for the effect here, and 1, 9, 10. Then Sucrose, just EM on Vivi, Sac Frag, 4-piece, of course. C3, talents don't matter. And then lastly Mona, lots of ER, that's all that matters, on Favonius, and the new set. I had to craft the Sands, but it was worth it. And then at C2, and a Crown Burst. Next up, the Hyper Bloom team. We have Nahida, DPS build, kinda, also on Sacrificial Fragments, 4-piece Deepwood, and then just a bit of crit and EM. 5, 9, 8, then we have Lauma. I think also on Deepwood, which is very efficient. Make sure you have 2 characters on Deepwood. It really does a lot. No, like I just forgot to change the build. Should be on Silken or 2-piece, but it was enough. Then we have Raiden, EM build, so Dragon's Bane, R5, Gilded, and just EM. Nothing else really matters. My talents are invested from back in the day when I played as a DPS, but they don't really matter. And then Sitlali, as I said, TTDS and Cinder City. This is not really the best build for this team, but as you could see, the Tulpa was not really the main challenge of this endgame format. And lastly, my Zabai build, pretty good. Crit rate looks low, but it's Harbinger, and then also extra crit from the set. So we're basically capped. C0, 110, 9. Linnea, another character on a 3-star weapon, Slingshot. Good ratio on Obeyed. C0 as well. Crown Skill. Columbina. On Silicon Moon Serenade, Prototype Amber. C0 as well. I didn't crown the burst yet, I could do that. And lastly, Nefa. Good ratio as well, craftable. Shovel, also on Obeyed. And also a pretty decent build, C0 and Crowned Skill. And that's it, those are my builds, those are the rewards. Again, I think if you have the right characters available, the Stygian is pretty easy. If you don't have those, especially the Wolf is very annoying. I just hope this clear helped you, maybe inspired you to try out a different team. And I hope it somehow helps you in clearing on your accounts. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, as it really helps me in creating more content like this. If you have any more questions regarding builds, rotations, ideas, leave them down below and I'm happy to help. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!